Welcome back, everybody, to day 3 of our at-home workout series. We're using common household items to get fast and effective workouts in under 20 minutes so you can get up off the couch, get a good sweat on, and get back to whatever it is you're doing. So today, we're going to be using paper plates, which are going to substitute for sliders. You also can use furniture sliders if you want to. So what you need to do is go under the cover, get 2 of these. Grab a bottle of water, come on back, and we'll get started.
It seriously changed my life.
I've gone from a 40-inch waist to a 36-pant size, and those are loose.
You can tell the trainer what it is you want to achieve, and they'll help you get there.
The trainers here are awesome. Jen is fantastic to work with.
Getting back into it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Alright, if you're following along so far, we know that we've been doing 30-second intervals, we're doing 4 exercises at a time, and then we're taking a quick break if we need it, and going back to it. Let me say first, before we even get started, it might be wise to put some sneakers on. If you're trying to do this with your socks on a carpet or on a hardwood floor, they're going to be just as slippery as the plates are. You might slip off the plate. Having a little bit of rubber under your foot is going to help quite a bit. So we're going to start with a push-up plank, which is just a high plank position, down to a low plank position. As we're coming up and down, we're trying not to shift the hips too far back and forth. Okay, so from the front, trying to keep the shoulders relatively square, dropping down, and back up. We're trying to put this hand where the elbow is, not out in front of us. All right, next thing we're gonna do is a plate slider. So we're gonna bring the knees in, sliding in towards the elbows. Back out. We're trying not to hike the back up too much or around the back. Stay relatively straight here. Driving the knees in towards the elbows and back out. On the front, that looks like this. Again, keeping the shoulders square the whole time. Alright, next we're going to warm up the legs a little bit here with a knee raise and external rotation. So knee up, out to the side, stretching out the adductor complex, back down and repeat. If you need to hold on to the couch or something like that as you're doing this, that's fine. Do 15 seconds on one side, then switch. Alright, let's switch over. Now the other leg, up, out, down, and repeat. Try to make sure that my ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, all in line here. Be leaning forward or arching our back. Last thing we're going to do is a body weight, Romanian deadlift or RDL. We're going to hinge at the hip, keeping all the weight primarily on the heel of the planted foot, back straight, as you lean forward, hinge at the hip, soft knee, down, and back up. Trying to use this like a counterbalance. I switch feet now. So as our body weight moves forward, this leg comes back, help keep us balanced. This is super hard to do. Again, we always have the couch here to hold on to. Okay, try not to use it to push you up though, just as a stabilizer if you need it. Okay, that completes our first set. We're gonna move on to some stretching here. We're gonna do a couch lat stretch. So we're gonna place the elbow on the couch here. Kneeling position. Then we're going to try to drive the hips back and basically lift the arm up, back towards behind the body. Stretching out the lat here. I'm going to drag it down as far as you can. It should feel like a stretch and not a strain. As you start to feel the release, try to drive a little bit deeper, really push yourself. And we're going to do the other side next time. We're going to do the same side leg, knee down, foot up on the couch, float forward. You've seen this before the past couple of days. Gonna drive the hip forward, try to open up the hip flexor on this side. We're also gonna add a bit of a serratus and lat stretch here. So we're gonna make the arm up and over. Just really sink into that. And about another 15 seconds of this. If you need to, as you get a boost, bring this foot forward a little bit, that's fine. Drive the knee forward, keep this hip forward, torso up, and then lean to the side. All right, let's come up from that. We're gonna do the other side, lat stretch and hip flexor stretch after the next superset. You need to get a drink of water, take a quick break, that's fine. If you don't, then skip the rest and let's get back to it. All right, welcome back to the second superset. Now this is gonna offer progressions of each exercise that we just did. So we're gonna try something a little bit more challenging. If that's not doable for you, that's okay. Just continue to do the ones we did in the first set. The first thing is a push-up with the sliders, okay? We call these slider flies. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna come down, and our hands are gonna move out as we come down into that low push-up position. And we're gonna drive back up and bring the hands together, okay? We're gonna do it from the side and from the front so you can see that. That's really challenging and you need to do on your knees, that's okay too. That motion looks like this. Now if that's too much for you and you just need to do the high plank to low plank, that's alright too. Okay. Like I said, these are all progressions, no shame in not doing them. Next we're going to do a slider pike instead of the knee tuck. So still pose on the plate. You get in that high plank position. You're going to pull the legs in while keeping them relatively straight instead of bending the knees this time. Now if that's really challenging and we don't have the steam to go through the whole time with that movement, we can go back to the knee tuck. Making sure that back is staying straight the whole time. Next, we're going to go into the reverse lunge. We're going to stand up in place. We put both these under our toes, and as we come back, we're going to slide back to the plate, and then do the same thing on the other side, alternating side to side. Making sure we have good lunge form, we want to make sure the knee stays loaded over the ankle the whole time. And we're switching side to side. So after we do this side, slide back, knee in the same good position. For the last one, we're going to do a hamstring curl. This time the heels are going to be placed on top of the plates. We're going to pull the heels in towards the hips, keeping the body straight from the shoulder all the way down to the hip. Okay, this should cause low back pain. If this is super challenging for you and you need to regress back to the single leg RDO, that's okay. Since we're doing this for time, we're gonna hold. Okay, so now we're gonna do those two stretches, but on the other side. I did my left the first time, I'm gonna do the right this time. Whichever side you didn't do, let's go onto our knees in front of the couch. And driving the hips back, keeping the elbow and forearm on the couch here. Trying to stretch out the lat. Hold this for about another 10 seconds, and I'm gonna switch to the hip flexor. Okay. Now top of the foot on the seat of the couch. This knee stays planted. This foot comes forward. Heel planted here, a little bit in front of the knee so I can drive forward and lean forward. Okay. Hip flexor as far and close to the floor as we can get it, but our torso should be upright. And then we're just gonna lean to the side and get that lat stretch in too. And open up the serratus and our whole midsection here. As we start to get looser, if we start to come too far forward, we feel like there's some impingement here, move the foot forward a little bit and just resume the stretch. All right, that's set 2 already. We're doing great. We're gonna move on to the 3rd set now. Pause if you need a break. If not, let's go. Welcome back and on to that 3rd superset. Now keep in mind, this is a 3rd level progression. Some of these movements are very difficult. If you need to stay with the 2nd set of supersets or do some of the exercises on the 1st level even, that's fine. That's why they're there. All right, so let's get into this. The first thing we're gonna do is a side-to-side push-up. So instead of coming down together, you're basically gonna do a one-arm push-up to one side and slide side to side like this. I'll show this from the front. If those are really challenging, we can do them on our knees. Or if that's too much with the one arm and you need to use both, that's okay too. And keep in mind, that push up the plank, nothing wrong with that. All right, next we're gonna move on to the slider reverse body saw. This is awful. So we're gonna get in the reverse plank position. Plates under the heels. As we pull the heels in, we're gonna rock the body backwards. Now, if that is super difficult or your microphone keeps falling out of your pocket, we can always go back to one of the other exercises. We've got the pike or the knee tuck. High plank position, either knees into the knee tuck or legs straight for the pike. All right, next we've got a reverse lunge to high knee. Same movement, but knees come up at the end. The toes on the plates, reverse lunge. Again, making sure that knee stays over that ankle, driving up through this heel. Foot comes forward, knee comes up, side to side. And as always, just make sure that we're in a nice straight line with the knees, in line with the body, coming back and forth. That shouldn't be out to the side or across. And last, we're gonna do burpee slider jacks. So we're gonna get in push-up position, plates under the feet, legs are gonna come out, back in, knees are gonna come forward, we're gonna stand up and then go back down. Now if that's super difficult, we can go back to the hamstring curls on the plates or single leg RDL, whichever you need to do to finish that off. We're not gonna stretch after this one. We're gonna catch our breath, get some water, and we'll be right back. All right, we are halfway through this workout. You're doing great. Let's keep it up. Give yourself a little pat on the back, a little phone five, whatever keeps you motivated, and let's get to it. Before we start though, you may want to inspect your plates. If they are the dollar store variety like these, this might be a good time to switch them out. Something to consider. So let's get into it. We're gonna do a slider body saw. That is a low plank position, and basically we're gonna allow the body to drift back behind us and then pull with the lats our body back towards our elbows. It's gonna look like this. Toes on the plates. Now that is fairly challenging. If we need to do that with the plates under the knees, or perhaps we just want to get in a low plank and do some hip taps like the other day, that's an okay substitution if you need one. We're gonna move on to just without the sliders, believe it or not, just a side lunge, okay? So this is difficult for people because they try to step in line with their planted foot and then they don't know what to do with their body weight. My rule is if you keep your heel in line with the toe of the planted foot and then drop your weight back, that's gonna feel a lot more natural, okay? You wanna try to keep the knee loaded over this foot here and the hip bearing most of the load. So we're gonna go side to side. And from the front, that looks like this. Okay, we've done these before. Try not to lean too far. Try not to push too much off the leg. Try to use your own strength and body weight to get yourself back up. And next, we're gonna do plank wipers. So with the sliders under us, high plank position. This is actually part of the burpee we just did. Feet are gonna come out and back in. Gonna make this a little bit harder. Drop to a low plank position and give it a try. Couple more seconds here. And next, we're gonna move into a body weight squat, okay? We've done these before, you know I'm a fan of them. If we need to sit down on the couch, that's okay. If you need some support. If not, I'd like you to try to get a little deeper than usual. Break 90 with your hips. So we're gonna come down and back up. Arms come out to counterbalance our weight coming back. And just as deep as you can comfortably go. Should not be painful in the knees. You wanna make sure that the knees are coming out as we're coming down. They should be in line with the second and third toe or a little bit wider than that. A couple more seconds of this. And now we're gonna move on to some stretching. Tricep stretch first. This is a common one you probably know. We're gonna basically place the palm on the back here, reach up, take this elbow, and gently pull away. We also can open up the torso a little bit by leaning away. And we're gonna switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Hand is basically placed on the back, leaning away. Trying to open up our midsection as well as stretch the tricep out a little bit. And last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna grab that water bottle from the other day. This is called a get up thrust. You're basically gonna sit up and press up at the same time. If you have a weight you wanna use that's okay. I'm gonna use this bottle for the purpose of the series. Knees slightly bent, not all the way up at 90, but not fully extended either. We're gonna sit up and press up. We're trying to keep the bottle out in front of us a little bit, and we're trying to stop before we're sitting all the way up. So I don't wanna be here where I'm relaxed to the torso, I wanna stop right here. We're gonna switch now for about halfway point. And finish these off with the other arm. So coming up, using the abs to pull myself up, driving up with the arm, weights in front of me, shoulders stay behind my hips so I'm not resting in a seated position. All right, first superset, did great. Moving on to the next one after this short break if you need it. If not, keep going. All right, second to last superset in this exercise coming at you right now. We're almost done. I gotta be honest, this is difficult. It's okay if you gotta stick with the first one, but let's give this a go. First thing we're gonna do is a body saw to knee tuck. So low plank position, body comes out, body comes back, loaded over the shoulders, and then knees come in. Plates under the toes. So body saw out, in, knees in. That is very difficult. If we need to stay with just the body saw, that's all right. And even if that is a little much, those hip taps are okay too. Next thing we're doing is slider skaters. Just like what they sound like. You're coming back and forth, slightly to the side on each side, and we're gonna pump the arms a little bit just to get some momentum going and keep our balance. So we're gonna come out to the side and back and forth. Try to stay up on your toes a little bit so your heel doesn't catch. From the side, that looks like this. You can see we're trying to keep the back straight, not leaning forward or hyperextending as we're doing this. Next, push-up wipers. So wipers with a push-up. High plank position. Out, in, push-up. Push-ups are hard for us. We can just go back to the wiper. And if that gets really tiring and we just need to get in that plank position and do maybe some shoulder taps, that's a fine regression too. Finally, we've got pistol squats with the sliders. This is tough. Putting the plates under the heels, basically doing a single leg squat. Make sure your weight is coming back behind your body, and you're gonna lean forward a little in the torso to counterbalance yourself. This leg is gonna come out so you have something to support yourself. If that's really challenging and we need to go back to just the body weight squat to finish off, that's all right. If we need to use a couch, that's all right too. Okay, we're gonna do a low back stretch next. So we're gonna get down on the floor or on the couch, whatever you want. If we were gonna stretch the hamstrings, we'd straighten the knees, we're gonna bend them a little bit. We're also gonna widen our feet a little, give ourselves some room to get between our hips. We're gonna pull down gently, trying to get the torso to rest in between the knees. If you have the flexibility to reach for the bottom of your feet, that may be helpful to try to pull yourself forward a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna do toe touches for abs. So those are gonna look like this. Arms out, legs out. I'm gonna come up and try to touch the toes by leaving the floor here. That's really challenging and we have to go back to those knees to elbows we did in a previous video. It's okay. And that completes the second to last set. So we're gonna get a drink of water and come right back. Welcome back, last superset of the day. If you're still here and you're still going through this hard, I'm proud of you. This has been a difficult workout. It's one of those things you write as a trainer and you're like, yeah, it'll be fine. And then you do it and you're like, this is hard. So I acknowledge this has been very challenging. We're gonna get in one more very challenging superset. We're gonna start off with another body saw exercise. Same starting position. This time, we're gonna come out as we get loaded back over the shoulders again. We're gonna do 4 mountain climbers and then go back and do another body saw. If that's really challenging, we have to go back to the knee tuck. Or just a standard body saw. That's all right. Also, that low plank with the hip tap is okay too. Next, we're gonna move into slider side lunges. You knew they were coming. We're gonna put the plates under both feet. Give yourself a little bit of room. And we're gonna go to one side, and switch, alternate to the other. On the side. Same rule applies. The foot is dropping back a little bit as it comes out. If we come straight out, we're gonna feel like we're leaning a little too far forward. If we need to go back to one of the regressions from the previous sets, that's all right. We're gonna then move into a push-up to reach through. We're gonna get in a push-up position. We're gonna come down. As we come back up, we're gonna reach towards the ceiling above us. We're gonna slide the opposite side leg across our body. Sounds confusing, it's gonna look like this. If we have to go back to the push-up to wiper, that's okay. Couple more seconds to finish off. All right, last thing we're gonna do, my least favorite exercise, jump lunges. So, lunge position, let's start in that. We're gonna jump up, and as we leave the ground, we're gonna switch feet. And again, from the front, we want the knee to be coming out straight, not in or out here. If you need to go back to that single leg pistol squat, or you just want to finish off with some box squats nice and deep today, that's all right. Now back up. About 5 more seconds. All right, well done. Not an easy one today. Proud of you for making it through. We got more coming tomorrow. You want to comment, like, subscribe to this. We appreciate it. Trying to support you as you support us through this. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow for more.
You need someone to guide you, and you get the guidance here at Land & Lux.